All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. Okay, I found this video on my feed, and this one, the title caught my attention, and I'm sure I got some stuff to say about this one. This is titled, Devin Booker is Being Forgotten. Now, this is by a small YouTube channel, 1.48 thousand subscribers, called Kai Talks Ball. I've never watched a video from this channel before. This will be the first time, and it's a very small channel for now. So just to give you a heads up, if you guys like the video, the link is down below in the description of my video, the one you're watching right now. So if you wanted to check out the channel and subscribe, well, the link is down there for you. I'll be doing the same thing. I'm not subscribed yet. But if I end up liking it, hey man, another 1,000 subscribers or something over there on that channel would like blow up their world. It would be in the best possible way ever. That would be like the best day ever for that YouTuber. So, anyways, that's all it is. We'll see if we like the video or whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna save what I have to say. I'm gonna talk as we go through the video. And just kind of like, I'll give you my reaction as a longtime Suns fan. I'm still a Devin Booker fan, and I'll give you my perspective on what he's done, where I think he should go, like what's really going on here in Phoenix. I'll give you that perspective to be like a companion to whatever's going to be in this video. So, anyways, let's get right to it, guys. Like the video if you could. Hype the video if you could. I'd appreciate it. I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of you watching this one because Devin Booker does not get clicks. However, right now he's our hometown hero along with Dylan Brooks, who we just gave a contract extension to, and I'm really happy about it because he really earned it. And let's just get to it, guys. Shout out to channel members. Appreciate you all. Let's do this.
Devin Booker has to be the perfect example of what have you done for me lately in sports, because there's absolutely no way he should be flying under the radar given how good he's been in his career. A player who seemingly played in the NBA for 1,000 years despite somehow not being 30 yet.
Suns perspective, before KD joined the team, Booker was being like, do you remember like 2021, 2022? Like Devin Booker was being compared, like he was like at the elite of the league at that point. He was one of the most he's the guy KD played with in the Olympics and said, I want to join him, wasn't the other way around. So, that's one perspective I got to give. Before KD came around, he was one of the most respected and one of the best in the league. Now, now it's rough. And he actually had a good season. Like he's actually like him and Dylan Brooks are figuring something else. They're figuring something out, a new identity out there in Phoenix.
I mean, this guy played against the Lob City Clippers, the Kevin McHale coached Rockets, IT Celtics, Jimmy Butler as a Bull, but he's somehow not even 30. Anyways, this is a player who should be heralded by being objectively one of the better guards in the league since he was drafted. He is the all-time leading scorer for the Phoenix Suns, while leading them to relevancy since the Steve Nash era. He has been name-dropped in an absolute banger of a song, and he's even graced the cover NBA 2K. Despite all of this, though, many NBA fans have him sliding down the hierarchy of guards in the current NBA.
That's right. He was the cover? Was it the year they went to the finals and lost? Did they still give him the cover? Because, I mean, he was playing great. He played so good, man.
And don't really talk about him or the Phoenix Suns that much, despite him literally playing in the NBA Finals in his career. Which begs the question, what should we genuinely feel about Devin Booker thus far into his career? Well, let's look at what he has accomplished and the playstyle that has garnered him so much praise a few years ago, why his name has seemed to fall out of relevancy, and what faults of his own have put him in this position. Be sure to drop a like on the video, sub to
I'm curious about that because I don't really see much of this as his fault. Like it seems like year after year, whoever they put around him, he goes out there and he plays his ass off. He does his thing. But I mean, they can't give him a consistent team. The guy went to the finals with the team, and then, within 2 years, he's the only one left on the team from that finals run, including the coaching staff. Like, what do you expect the guy to do if you keep blowing up his team left and right? And now he's playing, last season, he's playing with a whole new team again because we had to blow it up again. I see this more as like the organization is failing the player, and for whatever reason, and probably money, Devin Booker has chosen to stay here and stayed loyal to us. And this is one of the rare cases in the NBA that I have to say, if Devin Booker leaves us, I 100% understand if he goes out there to try to win somewhere else, because I feel like he's been nothing but loyal to us and to us fans, and he's given us everything he can. But the organization, the bigwigs, the suits are failing him year after year.
Content like this. Without further ado, let's get straight to the video. In terms of accomplishments, Devin Booker has actually greatly overachieved from what his projections were out of the NBA draft. He was the 13th pick out of the 2015 draft, where he actually came off the bench in his one-done season at Kentucky, but he was still productive as a rookie despite having an objectively poor supporting cast. In just his rookie season, he became the 4th youngest player in NBA history to score 1,000 points. He set the Suns rookie record for most consecutive games with a three-pointer made, and was the first Suns rookie to record multiple 30-point games since Richard Dumas in 1993.
Richard Dumas, wow. Can I hear that again?
Multiple consecutive games with a three-pointer made, and was the first Suns rookie to record multiple 30-point games since Richard Dumas.
Multiple 30-point games, okay.
In 1993.
Yeah, so that was the Phoenix Suns finals run where they faced prime Jordan and, lost in 6. But yeah, that's why I don't know if you guys ever hear me talk about that run. Whenever I see Tony Dumas, my heart sinks a little bit, because he was the rising star for Phoenix. Like, he was the next man up. And, him joining that team with Kevin Johnson and Barkley, like Danny Ainge, like, this was going to be like a monstrous future for us. Very good. And then the drug addiction started, and then he disappeared. And, last we hear, because I did that kind of work for a little while, was he's in a trailer park here in Phoenix, but that was about No, that was about 8 years ago. That was the last time I've known anyone who had eyes on Richard Dumas. I might have said Tony Dumas earlier. I don't know if I did. If I did that, I apologize. But Richard Dumas, yep, crazy.
This was just the start of great things.
And the reason I bring it up is because nobody knows about him, unless you're a Phoenix Suns fan. Like, nobody else remembers him. It's one of those like what ifs that gets brought up, but I feel like only us Suns fans ask that question, that what if, because he was a rising star, and then we lost him to drug addiction, and it happened so fast.
Come as in year 2, Booker jumped to 22 points a game and had probably the most famous game in his NBA career, dropping 70 points at TD Garden.
Yep.
He scored 51 points in the second half, became the youngest player to score 70 points at just 20 years of age, and Book also became the first player at the time to score 50 or more points against the Boston Celtics since Hakeem Olajuwon in 1996. Since that,
we had Barbosa still. I forgot about that.
The Boston Celtics since Hakeem Olajuwon in 1996. Since that point, Booker has refined his game to become a dynamic offensive player who has amazing footwork, doesn't waste too much body movement, is great as a pull-up shooter, and lethal as a mid-range shooter. He can operate well as a pick-and-roll ball handler, dissect defenses and snake his way to the paint, and has a knack for getting to the line. These are the major reasons why he was so effective in not just scoring the basketball, but putting up some supernatural scoring feats. When it comes to comparing current players or even all-time greats, feats truly matter to me specifically because that's what truly sets players apart. It's like telling people the smartest kid that you ever went to school with. Of course, GPA is definitely going to be mentioned in the conversation, but if we're being honest, you're probably going to give anecdotes about how he just slept for the exam and aced it anyway, or the fact that he got...
What did I just see?
He just slept...
That looks like a guitar tuning key.
for the exam and aced it anyway, or the fact that he got an A in a class where the average grade was a C. To that point, Booker does have crazy scoring feats, such as when he became the first player since Michael Jordan in 1992 to average 35 plus points through the first 8 games of the postseason, which he did in 2023, and he was doing that on 60, 49, 88 splits. He's dropped 70 points in an NBA game. He's the Suns' all-time leading scorer before even turning 30. He's the franchise leader in 20-point games, 30-point games, 40-point games, and so on. And for good measure, he even dropped 2 40-point games in his lone finals appearance against the Bucks in 2021.
Man, yeah, I'm giving you a subscribe, buddy. Absolutely. This is a good video.
On top of all this, Booker isn't just effective as a true shooting guard, as with CP3 out in previous years due to injury or in other parts of his career, he's proven to be very effective as a playmaker.
Yes, and I'll tell you as a Suns fan, yes, he can play point guard, but there are better point guards out there who can play the position better, like CP3 was. Where I want him is just, to me, this is like the Jordan thing. Can he play point guard? Yes. Should he? Probably not. His job is to score. Like Devin Booker was born to put the ball in the bucket, and he plays great off the ball. He has a great post game, great pull up shooter, great catch and shooter, great in motion catch and shoot, and great at grabbing the ball, reading the defense, and attacking the basket. I want him to be the shooting guard. That's always where I wanted him. I never wanted him to be point because he's one of those rare, cold-blooded killers when it comes to scoring. And I just want him to focus on that job. You know, we should be able to put these pieces around him so he doesn't have to play point and be our number one scorer all at the same time.
That defenses are going to swarm him, given that he's been the best offensive player for the Suns for much of his career. Booker drawing in defenses creates easy kick-out opportunities to the three-point line.
It does, but then it takes away a lot of the shots that we want him taking. I want him taking, at least. See, I want him to be the guy catching the ball out here and taking that shot. That's where I want him. Somebody else can do this. Draw the attention of the defense. You need a crafty point guard, though. You know, Steve Nash would have fit this bill very well, but Chris Paul did a great job too. Because Chris Paul didn't just sit around in the perimeter and pass the ball around. He'd work his way into the lane, navigate, try and get a double team, get them out in a bad position, and either take the jumper or dish it out to a wide open Booker or somebody else, once the defense was confused enough. You need a crafty point guard like that.
Booker is actually really good at making reads, with him acknowledging when players are often ball watching or being slow to make a defensive rotation. He's typically making the rightful pass to punish those defensive breakdowns, and these passes are right into the shot pockets of teammates. Whether it be kickouts, dump-offs in the paint, or even passes in transition, Booker is more than capable as a playmaker, but I believe this in turn has actually hurt his productivity on the floor for the past couple of seasons.
Agreed.
Devin Booker, for the most part, has unfairly gotten empty stats labels earlier in his career, despite having subpar supporting cast, and the lack of a true playmaker beside him really suppressed how effective he could be in the offense.
I know, and then the one time he gets one other deadly score, it has to be Kevin Durant. Like, it's so sad. I feel so bad for Booker. He had to deal with that crap, and in the most miserable 2 years of his career while KD was on board.
With Chris Paul, though, instead of having to constantly initiate the offense and generate looks on the ball, the Suns actually look to run more action.
I mean, did you guys see the simple version of what I was describing earlier? Hold on.
Really suppressed how effective he could be in the offense.
Watch CP, okay?
With Chris Paul, though, instead of having to constantly
he's gonna run in and create some chaos.
Initiate the offense.
Got you. Right here. I mean, of course it helps because this is, we got a guy on the ground. But at this point, boom, got my double. Someone is open. The CP, say what you want about him, he was one of the best point guards we've seen in the modern era. Now I got two options. I got one here, I got one here. This is it. He did this play after play after play, and that's why I didn't care if he scored 8 points in a game. I could care less. This is what he was doing every play. He was creating great offense for our team. I called him the captain during this time.
and generate looks on the ball. The Suns actually look to run more actions for Booker off the ball, and he typically capitalized off of that while operating really quickly off the catch.
Yeah, because if he's playing point, they can double him. You know, they can double him right here. And then what's he going to do? But if he's playing off the ball, you can't double him at that point. So if he catches and makes a move fast enough, he gets a shot off before the double comes.
Given how effective his offense,
think MJ in the second three-peat, always in the post, catching it in there, reading the doubles, and then getting the shot off before the double hits him. You know, that's it.
Movement and shot making were feats such as that aforementioned series against the Clippers in 2023 and first half of that Nuggets series in 2023 were accomplished, and Booker had some of the best productivity playing that way. The unfortunate part for him is that he doesn't have the luxury now of doing that, given that he isn't playing with a natural point guard, having to shoulder the bulk of the ball handling and playmaking duties since the team got off of Chris Paul, and with him playing beside Beal and Jalen Green in the backcourt, both of whom aren't true ones. So not having a natural point guard beside him is evidently affecting his production, and the lack of success.
He's clowning with Bridges. Boy, do we miss Bridges around here. Congrats on your championship, brother. Seriously, you earned it.
Phoenix Suns.
You were. Damn, man, you were the next one here in Phoenix. Like, we all saw what you did here during our finals run. We all saw it. You were the one guy we couldn't let go. You were the one dude we should never have even flirted with trading. I was so mad when we got rid of him. So mad. But I'm happy he ended up winning one in New York, man.
Isn't helping his stock either in the eyes of NBA fans. Obviously, teams that are ultra successful will be talking points in NBA circles for what they've accomplished and what they project to do in the immediate future. The Suns, on the other hand, have had a rocky few seasons since making the NBA Finals in 2021. They lost in the second round in 2022 despite being a 64-win team and being heavily favored against the Dallas Mavs. They went out in the second round.
Yeah, Luka had other plans.
Again in 2023 to the Nuggets. They went out in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2024 and completely missed the play-in tournament altogether in 2025, despite having a three-headed
monster. Those last two are the KD seasons, so it got really bad.
Start with Beal, Durant, and Booker. With that being said, though, I can't blame Booker for his early team failures, given that his running mates were a 40-year-old Tyson Chandler and Tyler Ulis, and the fact that the Suns whiffed in the draft for so many years. Remember Dragan Bender? Additionally, even when they got the number one pick in DeAndre Ayton, even he got hit with the notable suspension due to a failed drug test in his rookie season.
Yeah, we could have picked Luka Doncic instead of him, by the way. Whoopsie.
Fast forward 2026.
Once again, I'm sticking to it. The organization, man. The organization keeps failing.
And I can't say I think that much differently here. Sure, Booker isn't blameless in the Suns' shortcomings, and you can talk about his albatross of a contract affecting the team's flexibility, but the Suns' front office went off the rails when it comes to squad building since 2021. Yep. Once upon a time, they had...
Once our new owners came in. That's what it was. New owners came in with a win-now mindset. And the whole like building for the future mindset was completely destroyed, and that ended up that's what we were. We came out of nowhere. Okay, 2019 we were a joke, and then by the pandemic, by bubble time, we started cooking a little bit, but it was all young players, not all these like old, no Kevin Durant, no superstars. All right, it was a raw young team, and then we put an old ass CP3 on there as our leader, and it was it. That's all we needed, and we were cooking, we were running, man. And then we went for the win now thing, got Beal and KD, and got rid of our future, and we left Booker and said good luck, and it all fell on its face.
A talented young wing duo. They had a young starting big man who proved instrumental in them making the finals 2021.
Nah, he needed to go. That one, he needed to go. I mean, obviously, you guys have seen the future now. You've seen what happened in Portland. You see what happened in LA. This guy was a problem. We needed him out.
They had an all-time great point guard, and the team had overall balance, which they could build upon in future seasons. Then, just shortly after, they pivoted to having a big three with no natural point guard that also had overlapping skill sets. The three of them with Beal, Booker, and Durant ate up a bulk of the cap, and the team consequently had a mediocre to even bad front court due to the cap restrictions. Even now, he still has no natural point guard on the Suns roster, is on a team that for sure can make the playoffs, but realistically has a ceiling of being competitive and not among the true contenders in the Western Conference, and on a team that doesn't have their first round picks until like 2030 something.
I mean, this is our core right here. These two. If these two stick together, and it looks like they might be sticking together for 3 years, we might be able to rebuild something, you know? But they got to hold it together, man. Booker needs a number two. Like he needs a partner out there. He deserves a partner out there. He's been alone on the island for way too many years.
In the NBA, winning and losing evidently obviously impacts the narrative of everything.
And I'll take Dylan Brooks over KD and Beal any day, like both of them, because he plays hard. His heart's in the game. He's not out there making excuses and blaming people. That's what Kevin Durant did, man. You know, and then Beal was just like an absolute toxic mess out here. A big distraction out here. So, yeah, man. Brooks, I have come full circle with Brooks. I hated Brooks until he was a Phoenix Sun. And, you know, I just have to admit it and tell the truth. I did. But seeing what he can do for my team, our team, yeah, I have a whole different perspective on him now. I really appreciate what he does on the court. That even the chaos he creates on the court, I appreciate it.
I mean, the Nuggets lost in the first round this past season, and all of a sudden, people are claiming their 2023 title run is fraudulent, despite that not being the prevailing narrative at the time. In a similar vein, people are holding the Suns' failures against Devin Booker and consequently aren't holding him high in regard anymore. I will concede that his defense hasn't been a strong suit of his career. He didn't have an incredible 2026 season offensively, and even going peak for peak, he just hasn't risen to the level of other superstars in the league. However, outside of Karl-Anthony Towns, he has easily had the best career out of anyone of that 2015 NBA draft class, and is definitely on track to make the Hall of Fame one day. Let's just hope that a ring couples those All-Star and All-NBA selections when he enters his 30s. That being said, guys, let me know how you guys think about Devin Booker. What do you think has held him back as a player, and why do you think he's starting to fall out of relevancy in the eyes of NBA fans?
I think he nailed it.
Where do you rank him currently among the best players in the league, and do you think he can bounce back to be in that discussion among the top 10 players or so? Let me know in the comments section down below. Be sure to drop a like, sub for more content like this, and while you're at it, check out my last video on Zachary Ricochet and how the course of his career has gone thus far.
That was a great video. I'm actually really surprised, like, you know, because I saw the low subscriber count, and I thought, you know, let's give it a shot. And I'm really glad I did, guys. Did you let me know in the comments? Did you guys subscribe? Link is down below in the description if you want to check out the channel. I thought it was a fantastic video, and as a Suns fan, I gotta say he was pretty on point. Like everything he's talking about there, I agree with, because at the end of the day, I don't blame Booker for the beginning. Excuse me, Booker, and I don't want to say I blame, but I hold Booker and CP3 responsible for our loss against Milwaukee in the NBA Finals. Those were our leaders, and they failed. You know. For whatever reason, you can throw in Coach Monty in there with the failure, because we really lost on defense. We didn't lose on offense. We couldn't stop Giannis, and coaching wise, like scheme wise, Coach Monty did not figure out a secondary or a third scheme to put on Giannis. We went with the same idea over and over and over again, and he torched us for it. So I put a little responsibility on him as well. However, you got to do what you got to do on the court, and you didn't get it done. Now, in the later half, like after that, those next 2 years, that's also on Devin Booker and Chris Paul. But then once they blew up the team and they put KD on here and Beal and got rid of Bridges and everybody off our team, fired our coach, everything. I have not held Booker responsible for that. Like, what do you... we're just throwing stuff at the wall to see if something's going to stick at this point, and he's trying his best to adapt to this. But, how do you expect, would you expect him to win a championship with a brand new roster every year? I don't think that's realistic. Like, that's not the way you build a championship team. So, and especially him, he's not a mercenary. He's not like a LeBron or a KD going from team to team. He's been here his whole career. So he's a builder. And instead of building with him, we just keep throwing in mercenaries to join him. This is not the way. So yeah, I don't blame him. The only thing, but like honestly, at this point, he deserves what he's getting is the pay. He's getting paid a massive amount of money. But you know what? Like, he could just ease pretty much anybody else. Any other modern basketball star would have left, because this is the prime of his career and it's dwindling fast. So, like I said earlier, if he were to leave, I would totally understand it. And if he is going to stay, well, I think he deserves to get paid, because anybody else would have left by now because we failed him. He didn't fail us. We failed him multiple times. And by we, I mean the front office. So anyways, you guys, that's how I feel about it. I'm actually kind of looking forward to the next season for the Suns because I think that we actually have some momentum now, something to build off of from last year. Hopefully we don't blow up the damn team again. Yeah, we can gain small pieces, but I don't want to see like a complete blow up. And I think them re-signing or giving Dillon Brooks a 3-year extension is them showing that, okay, we like this duo, we're gonna build on this duo. I really hope, but these new owners are really impatient. So like, I get a bad feeling like if we don't win a chip this season, he's gonna blow it up again. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts as non-Arizona people, or if you are a Suns fan? Let me know. Is my perspective similar to yours? Do we differ? Because I know all of us Suns fans, we argue about this stuff, So I'd love to hear your take. I'd love to hear all your guys' takes in the comments. All right, guys, I'll be down there replying and reading and all that good stuff. So I'll see you there. Guys, like the vid on the way out if you could. And did you guys subscribe to this channel? Let me know. Link is down below in the description. Guys, subscribe to my channel if you want more content like this. And most importantly, it's to be water, my friends, especially in Phoenix in the summer.